In the days of adornment, pre-Thursday, department stores and their catalogs ruled the commercial market. Artifice looked through a catalog. The warehouse after Thursday. Thumbing through the pages, he saw something that grabbed his attention. Rushing to his phone, he called the number advertised. Beep boop, beep 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 boop. He heard a click and a crackle on the other end of the line, but no voice carried through the receiver. Yes, hello. I would like to place an order for the, fictionless, number one. Hello? Okay. Click. Artifice took his phone and hit the disconnect, and redialed the number, but the number wouldn't connect. Yes, I'm sorry, sir. The number you are trying to reach is not a known number. Are you sure you're not misinformed? Artifice irritably slammed the phone down. Checking the back of the catalog, he found the address listed of the department store. Grabbing his keys, Artifice drove to the address listed. On the corner of the left, he made a right, past the old pier and the store of mirrors. Speeding down the road, Artifice did not recognize the neighborhood. It was run down, and had a strange mixture of both contemporary and what he could only describe as historic architecture. Up ahead, I make a left. That should be... Artifice made the left, onto what he believed to be the road. As he continued, the road became increasingly unmaintained, and the trees became thicker and thicker. Artifice grumbled angrily as his tire hit a rock. Gramble smacking flex snakes. Ahead the road dwindled. Artifice was forced to stop. Looking out his window, Artifice could see it was getting dark. He was unsure of how long he had been out. Stupid Mr. Christie! What a crock of spit! I must get back. Martha and Bramble will be home soon. It was a warm day in August, and a Wednesday of all days. Martha and Bramble were out at the beach since the 28th of July. They had asked Artie to come with them, but he had declined. As Artifice pulled onto the street of apartment 71, he felt a sinking sensation. The building was not as he had left it. Debris was mounded, cascading from the structure to the street. Only the back end of the building still stood. Artifice took a deep breath. As he stood atop a mountain of sinking futures, he heard a strange sound. It almost sounded like the grinding of bells. Artie looked around, trying to obtain what and where the noise was coming from. That's when he spotted it. A slender cardboard box. He looked at the box. It had his name and address printed on it. But Artifice didn't recognize the box. His hand trembled as he reached for the pocket knife and slit the box open. The box had a strange fluid inside. It was pinkish and fibrous. Artifice gasped. He was not sure what to make of what he saw. Inside the box was a phone. His phone. The phone pictured in the catalog. He jumped as the sound started again. All the hairs on Artifice's neck stood on end. Trembling, he reached for the receiver. Placing it to his ear, he pulled down on the lever to connect.
Letterbolla. No scelta. Clanol scelta. Artifice.
And then a click from the other end of the line. Artie blinked. He found himself in the room of his apartment. He was returning from a dream. He stuttered for a moment. Artifice was unnerved by what had happened. But he couldn't shake a feeling. As instructed, Artie gathered what was most important to him and left the apartment building. As he stepped onto the pavement, a dull sound echoed through the quiet streets. A symphony of dormant machines. It was in contrast to the visual rapture that unfolded before him. Artie could see his neighbors running frantically through the windows of the apartment buildings. They were little more than dark silhouettes. Beams of light burst from the figures, splitting them in two. He could see some pounding on the windows in agony. Artie knew it was futile. All the apartments had been retrofitted with the Samkin 29 Forever Panes, which, as we all know, are unbreakable. As the will-o-wisps danced in the glass prisons, the city streets were illuminated. He could hear sirens and screams. Artifice looked down at his belongings, at his phone. He placed his bags in the trunk of his car and began to drive north. As he traveled north on the interstate, he could just barely make out a glimpse of an old billboard, smoldering. As he switched on the radio, a strange sound echoed through, almost like an opera or choir.